Police have launched a manhunt for Mrs. Dupe Onitiri Abiola, a suspected sponsor of the invasion of the Oyo State Government Secretariat in Ibadan by some Yoruba Nation agitators. The manhunt for Mrs. Onitiri Abiola, a widow of the business mogul and prominent politician, the late Moshood Abiola, followed her broadcast in a viral video in which she claimed responsibility for the violence that jolted the government of the 6 southwest states. Abiola won the 1993 presidential election but was denied the joy of victory by the military junta. He proclaimed himself president and was put behind bars. He died in custody in 1998. The agitators on Saturday morning, April 13, 2024, wielding guns and other weapons, many of them wearing military camouflage, invaded the Oyo State House of Assembly complex located inside the state's secretariat and hoisted their flag. They also attempted to breach the security of the governor's office before they were repelled by security operatives. No fewer than 21 of the agitators were rounded up. On Monday, April 15, those arrested were paraded by the police with the arms, ammunition, camouflage, and other items recovered from them. Oyo State Police Commissioner Abiola, who paraded the 21 suspects, described the invasion as a criminal, unpatriotic, and a clear case of treasonable felony and terrorism, which would be meted with adequate sanctions. Although he did not mention the name of Mrs. Onitiri Abiola, Special Advisor to the Oyo State Governor Security Matters, Mr. Fatai Olseni, said he was aware that she is leading a group of Yoruba Nation agitators. Professor Banji Akintoye, who is the leader of another Yoruba group along with Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, in a statement on Saturday in which he dissociated his group from the action, alluded to the group as the one led by Mrs. Onitiri Abiola. Thereafter, a viral video by Mrs. Onitiri Abiola claiming leadership of the group surfaced on social media. Explaining how it happened on Saturday, Oyo CP Adebola Hamzat said, at about 8:55 a.m., information was received that some men dressed in military-like camouflage and armed with pump-action semi-automatic rifles were sighted on motorcycles around Olomi and moving into Ibadan. At about 9:15 a.m., the hoodlums, later known as the Yoruba Nation Agitation Group, were trailed to the state secretariat and the premises of the governor's office. They hoisted their flag at the House of Assembly, proclaiming the creation of a democratic republic of the Yoruba. With police reinforcements, the miscreants were warned to disperse. The agitators turned violent and opened fire on the police and a detachment of Amoteco corps present. The commissioner said the police responded and were joined by operatives of other security agencies who suppressed the treason. He also said that 5 pump-action semi-automatic rifles, 2 wooden double-barrel guns, and other exhibits were recovered from the agitators. Also recovered were 2 jackets, 30 pieces of torchlights, 49 bells, 5 horse whips, 7 pieces of walkie-talkies and accessories, 4 generators, 72 pairs of camouflage uniform, and 405 live cartridges. The police commissioner said the arrested suspects have been listing the names of their sponsors, adding that the police had visited some location within Oyo State where some incriminating items were recovered. Meanwhile, some of the suspected agitators have remained defiant. They told reporters when being paraded that they had no regret for invading the secretariat. They said their action was not treasonable, adding that they followed the due process. One of the agitators, Alabi Ogundeji, a 55-year-old lecturer at Federal College of Education Special, SPED, Oyo, said what he did was lawful under the law. He said, "I'm part of the agitation and I can't deny it. Yoruba is an indigenous nation. It's a nation on its own. We have so many nations in Nigeria and Yoruba is one of them. Oodua nation leaders have taken every step and action that's needed to be taken. We have embarked on a referendum, which was the 500 petition signed by all Yorubas, and this served as a referendum. Our leadership went to all Yoruba-speaking states to serve officials letters written by our leaders, and we were given our own copy. After that was the proclamation. After that, declaration, occupation, and notification to the world that Yoruba is an indigenous nation. We were at the Secretariat to celebrate and rejoice because of the new nation that was born. It is not a new thing that Yoruba is a nation, and we want to stand on our own. We have been together with Nigeria for over 100 years. Another suspect, 29-year-old phone repairer Ademola Adeniyi, said he did not regret his actions. He said, "We all know that nothing is working in Nigeria and things are hard for everyone, except those in government. We were at the Secretariat waiting for our leader to come and address us. We believe our leader knows much about the law, so we are not afraid to join when we were called upon. Our leaders told us that all challenges Yoruba are facing shall be addressed if we achieve our aim. However, the Abiola family has washed its hands off the Yoruba independence project of Mrs. Dupe Onitiri Abiola." Explaining the family's position on the issue, Abiola, Special Assistant to the President on Special Duties in the Office of the Vice President, Mr. Jamiu Abiola, told newsmen that it was sad that a woman connected with his father could have declared the Southwest region a Democratic Republic of Yoruba Nation, stressing that her call for secession was against all that MKO was known for. He noted that Abiola was prominent for his belief in Nigerians' unity, saying it convinced the citizenry to give him their votes. Jamiu said, "I have never met her and I don't think that she told members of the Abiola family because the family members I spoke to are furious about this. They are shocked. Her family patriarch, Chief Moshood Abiola, was well known for his strong belief in Nigerians' unity, and that was why it was easy for him to convince Nigerians from all regions to give him their votes." Even after his election was annulled by top army generals, mostly from the northern part of the country, he never spoke about splitting Nigeria. It is sad that a woman bearing his name could have made such a declaration, particularly now that the Nigerian president, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a Yoruba man who is doing a lot of what my father had wanted to do as Nigeria's president. By doing that, we would be giving her declaration more attention than it deserves. We will ignore her just like most Nigerians have done. We have a principled matriarch in the person of Mrs. Adebisi Abiola. She became our matriarch following the death of both my stepmother and actual mother, Alhaja Simbiat Abiola and Alhaja Kudirat Abiola, respectively. She is a noble woman known to speak the mind of my father even after his death. We also have our eldest sibling, the first child of my father, Mrs. Lola Edewo Abiola. She is an intelligent woman, accomplished as a politician and technocrat. She can also speak on behalf of the Abiola family, he added. From Lagos, this is Peace Umabuko, News Express, Nigerian Television.